The 63rd edition of the Grammy Awards was held in Los Angeles on Sunday and has since courted controversies. So Burna Boy and Wizkid were part of the winners, and we didn't have any winner from Ghana. Stonebwoy and Samini have been engaging in a Twitter war as a result, because Stonebwoy thinks that the support from Ghana has not been enough. But Samini says it starts from respecting the elderly. And so for Stonebwoy to have disrespected him, he is not the right person to be commenting on this. But what does it take to be or to win a Grammy Award? My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa. Welcome to Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My guests are seated. Nana Yao 18 is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nana, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nana B is a columnist, a lawyer in the making. Opasa Seattle Wayi. Ada. Oton Sasi. Nene, welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm well. I trust you are doing well too.
I'm doing great.
Nice. So, what's happening in showbiz? Ama Bruni is on standby to give us Nkomo. We'll be back to discuss what she presents.
Dada, you're quiet, people. Now, what she's so in some ya buono, and I answer the brim. A year in some more, now what you mean, Candada, Commodia Bill of her pa. Sansona, Ama Bruni. My son, babium, the best song. My entire when I embrace ya. Nasa yeka relationship goals, Ghana ha. Your charm requirement in the area, without doubt. What count the one become? Just one worry ye film, for keka, send down in the area on the name ma, and no charm requirement see. 10 years after marriage, or the book be about betuja, love lockdown. Until person win a long lasting relationship or while we remove relationship ma. Now what peba kuna we ready. Now I book love lockdown and no charm requirement. I presented 2 scenarios. But also 5 reasons why it is good to have sex before marriage. And the next one we say 5 reasons why you should abstain from premarital sex. Na yen na so chame kwa me mai nyenti e se wona hu kafo ehima asa na mo ware no chirema boa ma mo aye se bia bukwa kwa ware na fe de surprises bia se na o ka se bia na o pese na so fa na enya sa na fe de how about ware mu ni ade e na o san so chirema e ma relieve nti o san so cho honum se woni obi beda na no nche se no nti no be ware wo. Nti one kasa all the toto ho a, but disadvantage nso wo ho. O cha me kwa me twe ma say who have sex before marriage a to dey bu a STDs ni niama e na nche dan so mbo asa. Nti one kasa wo hwe ne e be boa wo no. Na why sex before marriage and say sex after marriage. One kasa na betumi decide. Hey, my goddess. Just a Brasami, a gospel musician, also the same be able to drive a premarital sex. Brasami so only dey na dream with it. Or the other for as a sanka will be better answer or you're no clue. Sanka who test right kakra. The Brasami so no dear. I say who did dream kakra and son and Marcus so better answer my wife because I bought a man who so we na me pay me didn't be ana. I think I got now where I see now be soon now because we dear and can be penny be. No dear. So who will be shame a young pemegori and son of my warrior. Now dream with it. A woman saw your Christian, but only do say a bois baby and pen baby bois. Now a year Brasami interview on a coffee TV. Doesn't send me their doors. Brasami chirema, a man who won't you. Oh, say, nay, Yama were in a gina to say, they did not tire no honey yet taffy boomski. What's ya said that oral sex, oh, Brasami said, Nade, Brasami so turn a boss, no ye na akuma so adman, or chema, narrator money this year moon. Now, said the who never man turn it on. I saw your berry medi, or ye na assembly to chain. Now, I coswan and ya pen wayaman, into wow, we coffee men's are wooty feed. Or you an as old girlfriend be so, ye oral sex man out church and Brasami crow, chemo, no call your gospel musician, and the bolske, or no crumple, why ye nanka.
Ye wali ye call any mu black coffee. Me so me yiri nufu na ogina ho budin me dem katira ma fa na sum no ogina ho budin me dem safa ni tirima budin me nunu na budin awana me isi baby a wo hwehwe na nya ho na sew na
oba na ka kire o
oba na ka se baby a wo hwehwe no enya ho no na yede na ma adwene se wla de kasa no quality and I'm say odo na shahin me wan so aso mi ti say me to the mama wale da so ti asi o so mi ti say na o dey call underground or they call underground. When I'm say don't believe me Jesus kasa. Or they call underground. I'm say don't believe me Jesus kasa. Timi one say black of and sere me. Black of timi one say wa so miti e dey call underground. Eh me no me voice ya me katire ma me dey worship e wlade na dey ensensene na ma be hu. Black of nam so do me nye bi da bet na me dey me microphone beto for. Me your mama. Nene me di boom head in hemle. Kablokoto, la blokoto.
Ah, amanfo. Actress Moisha Budon, or the same be to Ghana for me any. Also no pass or no Moisha. We share helps ni to a kitani nyame gune boswa. Or be no bet me any boy. Moisha chema no cran any say no be hold you down. Ah, obua. Nti mo bia and try sad no cry. Na Moisha me say na what tree dey ni nyina ama no. Na what tree na Moisha di birthday. No no ankasa theme bi o dey buy no say say dey no ye African princess. Hey Moisha, picture bia Moisha dey to ho pink nyama oh. Kofu say birthday ni dey wedding. Na wa man so han so Moisha san so ye rendition of Beyonce you American musician Beyonce. Ni nyom bia e friend diva. Na wo hwa saw bia Moisha dia. Ah, just say hips no wa hihye ni say na kofu ka say Moisha ni anim say to me south how. Kofu e aka so say see ade ya asesa di. Ye friend no Moi Beyonce. Ghana Beyonce sen wan ka say o de wo a hwe video be hu asawa ye sister Moisha odi for ni birthday no na ye gina Beyonce sem so a ye ba ha enye Ghana Beyonce Moisha di o original Beyonce a Shatawale ni ko ye anwum Shatawale chema Ghana fo my nya ade amana nso ni kwa hwe international big arts a oni ko ye anwum ya aka ojeji saka mu be so mu na ma hype no ka Nigeria for anka wobeye o chema Ghana ha ne nkofo no won to dwom won hu se oni Beyonce akwaye collaboration ni America won so akwohwehwe international art won won ye collaboration o chema manya ade kra cause na ko expecting Shata chema the next generation as na ye benya eye collaboration as big as onone eye Beyonce din Shatawale dem ko se wakasa but uchema Satan to say Beyonce na the biggest artist in the whole world. Into one na kwakoye collaboration na. Hina bia na mbetumi de na kwakoye. Na eye Kofi Jama you ono oka eyi American rappers you or ekoso Kofi wa akasa wati ase ono na ochema eye ya talk ne story remix yo on eyi Stormzy eni Kwesi Ataye in 3 days amanfo in 3 days nyomne hit 1 million views eno na kwafuka say hey sa kodio Shatawale Saminio Stoneboy mo ntumi anye bi wo say ya talk go ba na anu na say ya and na in 3 days ni nyom story remix na ababenya 1 million views eno na Twitter fo one sanso ne compare Shatawale Stoneboy ne Saminio na Kofi Jama se munye sa nya ya banka ye mpanyimfo anka ye be hwe won se ne wo ye na ye somo na afi na ade na mo ne ye compare Kofi Jama se won pesa de new art na won aban mamu fa won compare mpanyimfo no anka sa won spot down to opam chopra mo compare mamu nka se they are bigger than them omu so musua in their due time omu so baba up until na wa kan ni hey nkomo ho hey mbi se na wo twi en se me piepie eyi actress Efia Shwas nigga o wonta abrofo mame Ochema Ghana for me na modem ho tetare eye ne ma twins muntwe won ho kra na enye mo lie o se so tiase o himi die ore mpene ma obia bia o ye Ghana ni ene ne ma ntwe nada Ochema ohia in-laws amo ya abrofo nti Ghana efo na ya mode tetare ne ma na nse yo ko school no munhu se eri nyeye video bia betu ja eye Efia Shwas nigga ne ma ni mu ba ko oni girl bi ase girl ni su won break up ene Efia Shwas nigga ba de tu ja se Mon forget your mpene man ni Ghana for enye eyi emenya relationship ya ono emi higher because they are investing in man on pe Ghana for girls until we ambition be say when the man be better na forget no mpene say yet waso dia ene ya Fantana you formerly of Rough Town Music or Chirema Ghana has say no say as a female artist omunya support no munya kakra mu promote won but adwuma ne de bebre aka Ochira Ghanaian female artists. Omo compete with American and it's about time mo supporting one what do nyomba mo pushy a video mo nyese na mo ye ma American na se na ebe ye adwuma no ebe ye lucrative ama kese aya akono ama mia na won so worebe mu Fantana chima mo support mo na won nyum so ye desa na say ye gina Fantana nsem so ye female participation in music industry ma ye backing vocalist ye can backing vocalist Kesepa Ogana ha Nanama you after so many years over 40 years so back in Kofu just a big art baby wa back home finally she's been awarded AFE Music Awards on 94 ni immense role we play our music industry another like Kelvin Boy samudwin se oni Stonebwoy nya adifune e ma ne batem de enye like eno kwa na shoot no app ma just say Kelvin Boy de wa be Kelvin Boy no say nkofo twema Ghana ha say wo label bi na say wo fi ma voice na afede wa ba fem kran eno de that was not his case on Stonebwoy beef na brain is ska kasa nti eno de ho aba ne mfaso National Film Authority for na awarding same bia betuja wo twema from May 1st TV so say your audiovisual in content ni bia ya wo show no ba be hwehwem na won ahwe say if it's right for the time and because for chema sometimes odd hours me friend die e bon say na wo show same be movie bia parental guidance na ni nyina na etwebusa without any guidelines be so wo chema from May 1st no mba be hwehwem ansa na wo be show movie and I say any content on TV no I say one kasa one approve say is this the right time to show and enya dia say mo frahwe nti sa nyama nyina wa be hwe ni nyina ma yen TV so afedi awofo wonye mbetumi adwom pusha ati ase Ajeta Anang no ne yiri Elom Anang almost celebrated 14 years in marriage and that femu and nothing cry na watching your pictures some year photo shoots be and say I don't know what the garden be fruits be kakra and the studio pictures na I na man for chema when near Japan because one already say pusha what to me keeping the family out of public eye but then a woman anniversary no about no about post man for so ma worry and no be na yensu say years to come next year celebrate 14 years 20 years nya Ajeta Anang we wish you all the best in your marriage ebejina Ajeta Anang senseni so na ene nkomo no ye dia besi me amede brem ye frame Ama Broni abrantepa so mu man.
And that's Ama Broni with Nkomo issues the tidbits in the world of showbiz here in Ghana. So many things happening. Let me begin with Nene and see which one he would want to touch on. Nene.
Yeah.
Can I predict?
I mean, yeah, I'm quite predictable.
You want to talk about
Ochame
Kwame and all this?
I want to talk about Ochame Kwame.
Okay, you talk.
You know, Ochame Kwame and his wife are two of my favorite people in the world. I have a personal relationship with them, and I feel like, based on interactions I've had with them on different platforms, they are two of the most genuine people I've met in my life. Even you can attest to that when you have your broken heart.
Did I say to that?
But Ochame Kwame who consoled you and everything. So I'm glad that they are putting out a book to share some of their secrets with the world, secrets that they have shared with some people who are close to them. So I think that the book will be beneficial to the world. And on the subject of the book about sex before marriage or sex after marriage and all that, you know, as a member of the Church of Pentecost, the position of my church is sex should be only after marriage, right? But as a human being, you see, I have some friends who got married as virgins. I have some friends who got married to women who were virgins. I have some friends who had sex before they got married. And there's something I've noticed, right? One thing I've noticed about women in general, as a feminist, somebody should attack me. Women don't change, right? So if a woman sees you as a friend, you always be a friend in her eyes. Even if she's married to you, you'll still be her friend, right? So if you and the woman don't have a sexual relationship, it's usually very difficult to cultivate that after marriage. in the sense that she has in her head, you know, she has some type of relationship with you, and that relationship doesn't include sex. The fact that she's married to you doesn't automatically mean that the sex is going to come. So I feel like she may like you as a person, she likes talking to you, she may like your presence, she may like everything, but she's not sexually attracted to you. She's not going to automatically become sexually attracted to you just because she's married to you. So it's always good or important to know whether your partner is sexually attracted to you or not, and also whether they are sexually compatible with you or not. And people will say that sex is not important. There are other things that goes into marriage. But actually, sex and money are two of the reasons people divorce the most.
Nana, I'm into you.
Let me speak on the Yautog issue that came up with the comparison of Sarkodie. Ghana ha ebimutimo ding. You see, you have people who intentionally make it an agenda to destroy young people's careers before it even starts. And then definitely start to you. I know of legends who have tried in so many times to explain to Ghanaian, especially the media, because they trigger these conversations. And media compares to everybody. We are blogger, we are influencer, we are part of the ecosystem now. So we trigger those conversations. It's in Ghana where a certain artist who will spend 5 to 6 years in the industry cannot get a hit song per the fact that he's still active. Unless it's maybe miracle. If you are 10 years to 12 years in the will cry. Because a media person will tell you that when you're in Yautog is a unique young bull doing his music, he's doing well. Adome Srano, he had released a song, he met a certain group of people who pulled some strings, and then he got Stormzy on the song. Let's all be honest. Let's go and watch the kind of media houses in UK that shared the link of the song Sorry Remix. Let's all go and check. Isn't it supposed to be a big win for the industry, Abrante? Why should somebody set an agenda to destroy the boy's career before it even starts? Because comparing him to Sarkodie, now, if he's not careful and he gets swollen-headed, that will be the end. I was talking on Spice FM in Takoradi, and I told them, listen, before the Sorry Remix, go to the boy's YouTube channel. Go and check. He released a couple of videos on his channel. Go and check the views, the numbers.
On those videos.
On those videos. Again, there's a song called Sika Befi, which is for one young artist called Kweku Darlington. That was also released on his channel. Koshesa video views, no. Never compare the one that Stormzy and Kwesi Arthur were on. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I think that behavior of and they have to find every possible way to catch somebody who is a bit older or probably experienced in a certain field, no, out of the system, to let the so-called clean young people find their way. You have to stop.
Okay.
What am I saying?
Yeah.
Now, Kofi Jamal case never. Why will he speak up? Because it's just a home say when about this year.
As in so.
Labi, for the economy so him.
Name for prefer.
You get what I'm trying to say? Because issues like this, say because the way I didn't if we are talking, to say what am I saying? We have to stop that. It's an agenda. Whoever started that thing was trying to end the young boy's career before it even shoots up.
Okay. Right. So let's take a break. When we return, we'll be talking about the Grammys. Stonebwoy and Samini. I'm going to face on Twitter. But there is a bigger conversation. The Grammys. What does it take to win Grammys? We'll talk about this after this short break. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. So over the weekend, the Grammy Awards was held, the 63rd edition of the event. And after that, there's been a conversation. And that's because Nigeria's Burna Boy walked home with the Best Global Music Album Award And Wizkid, having featured in Beyonce's Brown Skin Girl music video, was also a winner as Beyonce's video won the Best Music Video. So there's a conversation as to why Ghana has not been able to win a Grammy Award yet. We've seen Rocky Dawuni earn a nomination with his 6th studio album. So before we move on to the Stonebwoy and Samini Twitter fight, let's see what it takes to win a Grammy. Let me begin with Nene. What does it take to win a Grammy? If I want to be a Grammy Award winner, what do I have to do?
The point is, the Grammy is organized by the Recording Academy, which is the short form for the Art and Science Recording Academy. An American, very important, it's an American trade organization. You understand?
Yeah.
It is an award scheme organized for American musicians to reward them. It was the history of how the Grammy was started. It's a long one, but the point is to record American musicians, to reward American musicians, right? And so the other categories like, you know, global, best global album and all those things, to recognize artists who are not Americans but are doing well in the American market.
Yeah.
So to win the Grammy, the easiest way to win the Grammy is to have music that is selling in the US. And to have music that is selling in the US, there are several ways you can have your song selling in the US. For example, the Adele album that won her the plenty Grammys was her 2nd album. And that album was produced by Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin is the founder of Def Jam. He's very, very respected in the Grammy community or in the American music community. He's probably the most respected producer because he does both hip hop and rock music. So everybody respects him. So if you have an album produced by Rick Rubin, you have the respect too. So that's why there are some UK artists who have, who are big but have never won Grammy because they don't have the endorsement of Rick Rubin. For example, Ed Sheeran, right? Ed Sheeran, he used to be managed by Elton John. And there's a story he shared that his first album, Elton John, he was nominated for the Grammy because Elton John. So Elton John approached the Recording Academy that they wanted him to perform, which is Ed Sheeran. And then they said they can't help Ed Sheeran perform because nobody knows him. And so they agreed that, okay, then Elton John will perform with him. So if you watch that performance, Elton John was the one playing the, all he did was he played the piano and then Ed Sheeran performed. According to Ed Sheeran, that was when he met Taylor Swift. And then Taylor Swift took him on the tour. And then he became a huge in the US. So his album after that was the one that had the one that he liked to all the girls in the world. I'll Be Loving You Till We Are 70 or 90. And then that
Thinking Out Loud.
Yeah, that album. So that album became his biggest album because he had an endorsement of people like Taylor Swift. You understand? So if you look at the album that won for Burna Boy tweeted something after he won the award that last year when he didn't win, he spoke to Angelique Kidjo, and Angelique Kidjo told him
What to do,
and he did that. If you look at the album, the 3 producers who makes the album were Mike Dean, who works with Kanye West and Beyonce. He actually is the only producer who have worked on every Kanye West album.
Yeah, and he said that Kanye has 2 albums every time. There's one album that will be scrapped and the other album that will come out.
Yeah, and there is Timbaland, and then there is the executive producer of the album, P. Diddy. And P. Diddy is the marketing god of American music. So if you have these people producing an album for you, you can most likely win the Grammy. Because most of the people who vote in the Grammys are, people who have, either you have to be a former winner or you have to be part of the academy to vote for it. And usually, you may not know everybody who has been nominated. You may not know who Burna Boy is, but when you are going to the credits, you see Sean Combs. Okay. So you vote for that album because of the name.
Okay.
So I understand. So winning is more political than art.
Okay.
Yes.
Nana, based on what Nene has said and what you know about the Grammys, are our artists failing in that regard?
As in we want. And drama a live video, 44 minutes. Oh. Okay. First of all, no Ghanaian artist is failing. No Ghanaian artist is sleeping, and no Ghanaian artist is lazy. Let me add something to what Nene said. To win a Grammy is to give the American government money, as in taxes. Drake is from Canada, Toronto. For him to win all the Grammys, he had to move from Canada and live in America and spend and be taxed.
Yes, his music is made in America.
You understand?
It's
You
an
have to be
American
taxed.
label.
You have to give the government of America money, because we are rewarding you for also trading in our country. That is the line that a lot of Ghanaians and a lot of people in media don't even know. Because when we say Obonyoma and you know Grammy. If music took people to Grammy, I'm sure there are a lot of African music that could have even been in the category than even Burna Boy's album. I'll make an example. Justin Bieber was seen by Asha Raymond, right? They had to move the boy from Canada to the US.
Sign him to Def Jam.
Sign him to an American recording label. So they spent money in America. Let's bring it home. How many of our boys here can actually do better promotions in America? Let me use one of the richest African artists, Davido, who was born in ATL, came back to Nigeria to build his career, got the hit Damiduro, became a big artist, and tried to now break back into the foreign market, so had to move to go and sign some international label deal. All the Nigerians that you know, check the labels and things behind them.
Davido was
Those are
signed to Atlantic
American owned record labels. Davido will get money. Come talk say him that he has money. Doing promotion in America, his money is almost finishing. Davido they travel with private jet too. He cruise private jet. He open him up say, my money is getting finished in America. Because as Nanaya Radio as I sit here, who works with the Orchard, I can tell you that the least amount of money an artist needs to do, make a solid appearance on Apple Music, bro, is $5,000 to $10,000. You see the Apple Music Ibro, that's with the Nigerian artists, that they will say, oh, I have Burna Boy in the studios with me and all that. Bro, it's $10K. It's between 5 to 10K. When you pay that money, Ibro Dems will also plug you to other interviews like the Breakfast Club and they will do $10K, bro. Do you know how much $10K is in Ghana?
That's fine. It's huge.
What 60,000, 600 million old
what
Ghana
is
cedis.
the revenue conversation for an artist in Ghana? For him to be able to be comfortable to take care of his family, for him to have enough to say, let me travel out there in America to build a business that will feed my music.
Okay, so what is the challenge?
The challenge is that the revenue funnel for Ghanaian artists is not enough.
Boys don't get money.
Boys don't have the money.
And that can be traced to what?
It's everything. I was talking about it on my Facebook. I was saying that the system is weak, because what are systems? They are people. People make up governments, right? So, for instance, let me do a very basic mathematics for you here. Even in Accra, to promote one song, it's like this. You have 10 DJs charging you 500 Ghana cedis, 5,000. You have 10 bloggers charging you 400 Ghana cedis to post the music, it's 4,000. You have 5 radio TV stations charging you, let's say, 2,000. It's what, 10,000? Accra, when you do all that in making the music and you are done, you have to spend over 20,000 cedis on one song. How do you tell an artist who has 3 sources of revenue. 1 in Ghana, events, show. 2, endorsement deal. Or 3, corporate performances or appearances. Right? How do you tell them that this 3 that is not even guaranteed? Because you see the endorsement deal and things, it takes certain favor and certain connections and certain politics for you to get that.
Okay.
How do you tell an artist that make it go America, make it go do promotion worth over 40 to 50,000 Ghana cedi,
Right.
when he is not making when he is not making 80% of revenue from music? How do you do that? How do you even compare a Ghanaian artist who is an independent artist? All the labels we have in Ghana, they are not even close to let's say Universal Music Group or Epic.
What can be brave? They are not even close to the small labels like
Exactly,
Empire.
Empire. You get what I'm trying to say? They're not even close. So how do you tell a Ghanaian artist who has to find a middle point in this crazy industry where everybody is eating from them? Let's all be sincere. A lot of the so-called media houses right now, I put it on my Facebook page today. I said that the day taxation will be taken serious by Ghana government, right? That's when we will see the number of stations we have in Ghana and the ones that will never
They have
existed.
evading tax. Okay.
Bro,
So,
let me land.
okay.
The
Quickly.
major problem is that we are comparing 2 different people. We are comparing a group of people who have open plugs. If I say open plug, there's a Nigerian who works in Capital Extra, works in Beats FM, works in all these big radio stations, right? When he's there, he locks in the music of these artists. He connects them to the right people. When the people go back, do you know that? It was once said that Rock Nation, Jay-Z's label, was sitting down with Don Jazzy.
Yeah.
Do you know? Did you hear that thing?
And Don Jazzy actually, when they were signed to Kanye's label, they had a management conversation because they went on the Watch the Throne album. Don Jazzy's name is on the credit for the Watch the Throne album.
Exactly, bro. Why is that? It's numbers. Let me explain the numbers part once I wrap up.
And let me say this: when the band was signed to Kanye's Good Music, apart from Kanye West, he was the highest selling artist on the label. He was selling than John Legend and Common because he had numbers, because of Nigeria.
So that's where I'm going. We have a market share. So I'll do this mathematics, right? Let's say a telco comes out to say, hey, Ghanaians, from today, if you go to Spotify, Audiomack, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music, it's free, data free. I say this on authority. No Ghanaian artist can make 1 million Ghana cedi from a song on any of these streaming platforms. You know why? The number of Ghanaians who stream music, we are between 200,000 to 500,000 people. And I'm talking about repeated plays. Like you will go on your phone and you will repeat a song 3 times. How do I know? I sit on a database of how many Ghanaians listen to music on Apple Music, Spotify. When you say artists no more Ghana Hano, when they upload their song on YouTube and they go and check their data, the region, the geographical whatever, you will see Ghana like the number where you will see for there, your heart go cut.
Yeah.
Like you will see Ghana flag there, 200 and something people. America, 1,000 something.
Yeah.
It's the
If
issue.
people who do content in Chi.
I'm telling you, listen,
bloggers.
we have a bigger problem on our hand. Grammy, no, and yet, yes, Grammy is the biggest award in the world. At the same time, it might not be the biggest to every artist because of our location.
Okay.
Say a Wahi, Stonebwoy winning Nico and Kwana award, they kind of say he's won the BETs. Yeah, he's won all these awards, right? He's worked with Morgan Heritage, a Grammy award-winning album. He was part.
And Andre Harris.
We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even celebrate. Kill Beat was on the Divide album for Ed Sheeran, on the Fuse ODG.
Grammy-winning album.
Grammy-winning album. We didn't talk about it. It's like, just I don't know why. As a Ghana for you, doing your home.
Man, let me say something before you go on this song.
Quickly.
Right. The thing is, I want to use Bob Marley as an example, right? You know, Jamaica is a very small country. I want to debunk your point about numbers. Jamaica is a very small country, but Jamaica is a very respected country when it comes to music. when it comes to reggae music, Jamaica is the most recognized country. Even though Jamaica is not the only country that do reggae music. The reason being that Bob Marley was so successful in Europe that the labels were looking for who else is like Bob Marley that we can market to the rest of the world. And Bob Marley was not first promoted as a reggae artist. He was promoted as a rock artist because he plays guitar. And when he was successful, he told people that what he did was reggae. And this is what is done in Jamaica.
But this is not the banging.
But the thing is,
it's not the banging my numbers game.
the point is,
I wanted to face that.
the
one.
point
I'm
is
not
when
getting
it comes to the numbers thing, the reason why, even though with their small population, Jamaica is recognized is because somebody from Jamaica, an individual from Jamaica was successful. I think that the problem with we've never had any Ghanaian artists.
That's not the reason why. That's not the reason why. There are a lot of reggae, even in Ghana. I can say that 2/3 of our Ghanaian music lovers in their homes, when you're growing up, you grow up on
reggae music.
Reggae.
Yes.
Then if I say numbers reflect not on the country, numbers reflect on the music genre and the people that respond to the music genre.
Okay.
How many people know about rock music? Make sure Grammy Award. Me to some album, music genres be an I say metal.
Rock metal,
It tells you that the numbers of people who listen. Let's forget about the country. Let's talk about the people who listen to the music.
You see, when it comes to selling, marketers want the simplest thing they can sell.
I have worked on an artist in Ghana for him to be signed to Sony. In our conversation with Sony, and we sent the data and we sent the research to Sony, they came back to us with a simple mathematics saying that this is what you want us to do. The market share value does not support.
Because probably they don't think that
the market share value is not Ghanaian. So
yes, that means that
at the time was spearheading a certain Afrobeat conversation. Afrobeat was now growing in the American market. Therefore, a lot of people it sounded new. That's how come Davido's If became one of the most biggest Afrobeat songs. That's how come when Americans heard Ojo Alegba by Wizkid, they went crazy because it sounded new. The world is designed
and you know something that is new. When it comes to sounding new, Ghanaian and Nigeria both do Afrobeat.
Yes, but at the point where Ghana was succeeding with Afrobeat was when Fizz Odigi was the most powerful. Check the records, bro. When Fizz was leading the campaign for us, when he was pushing Tina, when he was saying that, yo guys, come, let's do this. Even Azonto, it took. You see, sometimes when they do these conversations, they are very, very deep, and some of them are very technical. So it's hard for us who sit behind data to even break it down.
Okay. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll delve into the Stonebwoy and Samini Twitter banter. We'll see whether or not Stonebwoy has a case, how definite was, or how clear was his tweet, and the Samini have to go on that tangent with the Sun. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. And we are back to focus on the fight between the father and the son, Samini and Stonebwoy. For those who may not be aware, Stonebwoy was Samini's protege. He was signed under his label. It was Stonebwoy was under the High Grade family until he left to form his own Beam Nation, Benetton Music. Yes. So this is the tweet Stonebwoy made a day after the Grammys, which was on Monday. He says, with all due respect, let all other African countries give it up for Nigeria for their constant efforts in holding the mantle for Africa when it comes to entertainment on the global scene. Congrats for holding it down at the Grammys. As for Ghana, shaking my head, I'll be back. Then Samini comes and replies, he said, Ghana will be okay if we begin to keep it 100% with each other as artists, my G. It starts from being honest and calling a spade a spade. Do you think they disrespect Idibia like you disrespect Samini? Hashtag Year of Truth. Before you give extra fixed funds to Nigeria, check yourself, faker. Then Stonebwoy comes and says, no disrespect. You just finished a tweet beef with Shatta Wale. Is it my turn now? We know each other personally. I cannot do this with you on social media. Then Samini responds, shaking my head, Stonebwoy. He laughs. You know you can't throw dust in the eyes, in no one's eyes, my son. You know exactly where I am coming from. Don't trust GH in congratulating Nigeria because they don't disrespect their legends like you do, period. A word to the wise is enough. Another reply comes from Samini. Says, after calling me a sellout on a public stage during your mismatch clash, who sold who out? Come on, we come from high grade. We come from grade 1. You get the nerves to be tweeting at me. Shatawale is a mate. You are a son. Get the difference. The last tweet from Samini to the same message. That message was received 3 replies. It says, you disappointed me, son. So that's what has been happening between Stonebwoy and Samini. So, Nene, what do you see? Is he saying that we are not supporting, or Ghanaians are not supporting the artists, for which reason Ghana has this Grammy Award drought?
See, what Stonebwoy is failing to understand, what Ghanaian artists, especially, you see, there's an issue I have with Ghanaian artists when they talk about themselves. It's like they don't know what they are doing. Music is a business. Capitalist business is individual driven, right? Let me give you this guy, Burna Boy. Burna Boy was highly disrespected in Nigeria. He was one of the most controversial musicians in Nigeria. It was people that the blog almost always wrote negative things about. Before 2018, you hardly find positive news about Burna Boy in Nigeria on Nigeria blogs. Even till date, there's still negative news about Nigeria, about Burna Boy on Nigerian blogs.
It definitely won't stop. So
you understand? When you say support, what do you mean as an artist? I feel like Nigeria started supporting Burna Boy after the Ye song blew on the global scene. And they started seeing him as somebody who is representing the country, right? And I feel like when it comes to Stonebwoy in particular, Ghanaians are very supportive of Stonebwoy.
But that's not what he's saying.
You understand?
I think you don't understand the tweets that he did.
What the point I'm trying to make is that my point I'm trying to make is that when you say support, in what way are you talking about?
Yes, it's bigger than fan base.
I'm not talking about fan base.
No, I'm telling you that the tweet from Stonebwoy is a deeper conversation that is happening in our certain gatekeepers circles right now.
You see, the point is about the conversation we had earlier, about the earlier conversation we had, right? When it comes to fan base, when it comes to gatekeepers, to win the Grammy, it's not really about the Ghanaian gatekeepers.
No, you're not getting. I'm saying that it's a deeper conversation. You didn't get it, sweet.
Okay, Nana, break it down. How do you understand
Let me tell you. I happen to have traveled with some artists around the world. And this is not somebody is telling me. I am telling you on authority because it happened to me that there are a lot of Ghanaians who are sitting in powerful music positions in the world. Ghanaians, they sit in powerful music positions where they sit as gate that they can open a door and take our music to a certain level, or an artist to a certain level. I'll give you an example. Have you seen the Sarkodie Black is Love concert? Have you seen the company that he tags, the Sikh people? Have you checked who is behind it? Can somebody just check? Check the name behind it.
Who is behind it?
No, you check. It's a Ghanaian. You can check. All the Stonebwoy tweet was trying to say is that a certain level of Nigerian powerhouse, right? They understand the fact that we need to go to the world together. Don't get me wrong. I understand. You've been a musician before. You are a great writer. You're a great poet. You know the conversation before you became a musician and the conversation that came after you started going to school. I'm saying that Ghanaian artists, two-thirds of them, they be ungrateful. We all know that. They don't, we all know that. But Stonebwoy is trying to let us know that when you travel, you meet a certain Ghanaian or Ghanaians who are sitting in some key positions that have closed doors. how I saw the team. Because listen, when
so the reason
Go
why
ahead.
I said I'm coming, because the reason why I said Stonebwoy in particular can't say that is because I know people who have worked with Stonebwoy. I've also worked with Stonebwoy when I was working with Samini, right? And as of last year, before COVID, I know the people who were working on his world tour. You understand? Who are Ghanaians who are sitting on
Exactly my
global
point.
So when I say Stonebwoy in particular cannot say things like that, I
No,
mean
but
that
he's not
because
speaking. He's not speaking for himself.
Should we narrow it
because
to
no,
Stonebwoy?
because you
Or
see,
the
the
fact
point is,
that
let
he
me
has
say, let me
enjoyed-
come this. You see, like Virgablo interviewing the Americans on his show on Apple Music. Why would he interview them on his Apple Music? Because they've gotten to a point where it's easy to sell them for him to go to Apple office and tell them that I'm going to interview these guys.
So
who are they?
So you'd have had no challenge if it came from a different artist than Stonebwoy. That's what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say is that you would have to have built a certain platform for some people outside the country who are Ghanaians not to look like they are throwing you a bone by putting you on.
You think some of our artists have not done
No,
that?
bro. No. Listen.
No, I said that when you are at that level.
Hold on.
No, I
So
was
the
talking
artists who are
before you
doing
came.
that, as some are reaping the reward. Sarko there has sold himself well. Stonebwoy himself has sold himself well. Samini, the friend is Shatta, got the song with Beyonce because of Leslie, who is a Ghanaian, right? So when you put yourself at a position where somebody can easily recommend you to somebody who is a powerhouse outside the world, they do that. I think that when it comes to supporting each other, Ghanaians do that when they feel like you've earned it.
Okay, Nana, come in.
So you see, Charlie. See, I am saying that comparing a Nigerian force, push, drive. I have worked on Ghana Meets Nigeria for so many years. I have seen how Nigerians who live in Ghana approach Empire to have a certain conversations on artists who are coming in as Nigerians and how they provide hospitality for them.
I won't disagree with you on that.
I have seen how Nigerians, as I worked on Afro Nation, if you see the powerhouse that hold hands to drive Nigerian musicians to where they are, that's how I saw the Stonebwoy tweet.
Okay, I know where you're coming from.
What happened? We were in Lagos. Stonebwoy performed at the Sound City MVP Awards 2019. Had a great show. I was reporting for Ghana, so I did a story. Ghanaian stars called me, media people called me and said, "Bayu, what are you saying? You know? The thing you watch, Stonebwoy they sing, somebody is sit the stage in top, you know they mind now." Where I say, so as I be international journalist, where I go the place, where everybody from Cameroon, everybody, you think where we had that experience? The guys from Kenya, Tanzania, yes, it was even worse. But for Stonebwoy, when he drops a song, the crowd cheered. The guy said, no. The thing where he watched, it says as though it comes to the extent that the person even called me on video to make sure say what me who said they make tano again. Can I say, bro?
Papa is how you been in Nigeria now.
Oh, me baho. Until I say me baho. I make a be in show. Share this word, this African content that we did about Japan. Ko be anyone, omo ya hypocrites in Nigerians. But you will not beat them when they are together. That's the simple truth. Obianka said Davido no Wizkid. Obianka name say fight with who.
Yeah.
Obianka said Burna any Davido fight with who. But when Burna win the thing, Davido pick your phone, Twitter, congrats to Burna Boy and Wizkid. We did this country. Make Ghanaian artists go win so and so. Selected few, those who are in his circle. All I'm saying is that the Stonebwoy tweet didn't call. It was not a tweet that's supposed to trigger the things that it triggered. It was a tweet to let us wake up as people and say that, listen, when we want to go to the market, we can go to the market united. Because Nanayan has a plug who works with Pandora. I can pick a phone and call Pandora and say, let's program African music. Let's meet with Ghanaian songs, right? I can send a Ghanaian song playlist to Pandora. Pandora is it's the biggest music streaming platform in America because it has the highest usage of American usage, not The word
It's the biggest
American.
online radio in
Yes,
Nigeria. Yeah.
American users. You understand? We push the music to these people. We push the artists to do what they have to do because the investments no day Ghana. Bro.
Okay, right. Let's look at Samini's reaction.
It's uncalled for, bro.
Bema, I
It's
love
uncalled for.
Samini. Me, the 10 times my raw matter there at a concert to tear an artist, it was Samini on stage. I love Samini more than anybody in this room. And I've worked with Samini. I've gotten a lot of girls just because I know Samini. But I want to say this. Rasta is talking in the nonsense.
Samini is not making sense.
He's talking the nonsense.
How?
What is he saying? You understand? You see, when he said disrespect legends, Stonebwoy had a Kojo on his album, right? On his last album, he had Kojo on it. Yeah. So you don't expect everybody to respect every legend. You understand? There are some people that he feels that they've personally contributed to his music, so he respects them. Well, this the two Baba thing he brought. Two Baba changed his name to Two Baba. Why? Because
Rebranding.
no, not even the rebranding.
Rebranding party.
This thing where the news about him was that he's a chronic womanizer having babies with everybody, and he decided to own it. That he's a father for all, so he's Baba. He started calling himself Baba, and that's how the name Two Baba came. To own the negative press he was getting. You understand? There's an artist who understands that you can either let the wave take you down, or you can ride the wave.
Okay.
You understand? Samini, when Samini was on top, Samini did a lot of features. He did like 50 features before he put out his first album. But he was on top between 2006 to when he started going down. He wasn't working with just anybody. He wasn't even going to perform just anywhere. I remember in 2000, when he put out his album, I think 2011, when he put out his CEO album, and we went to Legon campus to promote the album. And then Tony told me that Samini has never performed on Legon campus before. Every artist in Ghana, you perform on Legon campus, and most people perform almost for free. So I asked them whether they would be willing to do that. And he said, yeah, they're willing to perform for free, but the school will still have to still pay for the band, which at that time was going to be around at least 5,000 for Samini to come and perform on Legon campus. And you know what's funny? Years later, when Samini started going down, he will now dab his CD with the beat on it, and he still won't mind, obviously. But he went to do a show at Koforidia a few years ago without band because the people couldn't afford the band.
Okay.
You understand? When Samini was on top, he wasn't looking up. He wasn't like quote unquote respecting the legends. You understand? He was doing his own thing, carrying himself like the superstar he was, and he earned the right to do that. So when somebody is having their moments and they are doing what you were doing, now you have a problem with it. You understand? I love Samini. It really pains me to say this, but Samini shouldn't be. Maybe he's doing it for publicity. You don't know, because Samini is a Grammy-nominated. He was on a Grammy-nominated album. He was on Rocky Dawuni's album. So if even he had come in, he could have come in to say something about Rocky Dawuni nomination, how the media didn't talk about it. That would have made more sense. But to go on a personal attack like that, I say, we're meaning that to work.
Okay, Nana, I'm making point about Mama Wama explanation, and I move on to Nene on the Samini thing.
Bro,
Yeah.
The Nana can na mate. The only thing I can say, Samini tweets now, you know, it's needless. Service is childish. You understand what I'm trying to say? The series of tweets he put out, the only part that made sense was that it doesn't even make sense. But the fan said, because of what the gibberish he has been putting out into because that part said, don't praise Niger and tarnish GH, blah, blah, blah.
No, correct.
What am I saying?
Yeah.
That part, I give him like...
It says, don't trust GH in congratulating Nigeria.
Yes.
Because,
That's somewhere aired in that part.
Okay.
Yes, but he didn't make a mistake because he wasn't referring he wasn't throwing shade at any Ghanaian. He was saying something that he said, "I'll be back." Now let's speak to the Samini and Stone issue. 2013, Rakus Productions organized a press conference for an artist called Kaki for a tour. Samini was there, Stone came. Were you there? At the Silver Launch, 2013, around 2013.
I know that's what you're talking about here.
There was a certain tension between Stone and Samini back then. Anybody watching the show?
So that was when he had just left the label.
It's a certain tension. Fast forward, a certain Shatta Wale came to attack a certain Samini, and that was calling Samini that Samini never helped anybody in the dancehall reggae fraternity. Therefore, he is a selfish guy who wanted everything for himself. So quickly, to prove Ghanaians wrong, he formed an alliance with Stone. Somebody that he had a tension with. We haven't even spoken about how Stone left the high grade label. We haven't even tackled the conversation on what happened, what triggered after the Grade 1 album, what happened to Stone leaving. That whole story, Yatinaso. Because the alliance made it look like everything was cool between the father and the son. Now, who are bank the same in Kwalaye, what their parents do.
Yeah.
To test of the time, not what they say. To go for a phone. Now we share a phone, so now they be about. Obano man on tablet, Ubefia, not only Casanonsa on the phone. No, Memia. Because he's doing or she's doing what a father does or what the parents do, not what the parents say. Whatever Stonebwoy is doing is what the father has been doing that he's also doing. If Samini feels Stonebwoy is disrespecting him, it's because of what the son has seen the father do in the system. Now we are assembling. Obi winning the Grammy. Nam babek imagine Hana obedi me atem. Calling me a faker and all that. And you see, Samini goofed big time. Because in the Assassin Sound Clash, Shatta Wale made it seem jokingly that he had called Samini and that Samini was on his side. And that before that, Samini came out to say a lot of things about Assassin Sound Clash, making it look like Shatta and Stone, they don't merit to even clash. And the guy will feel, your son will feel like, no, Papa, you shouldn't do that. You should even call me on the side and say, yo, bro, I dare your back. Vem. Say, agreements for the sake of the alliance that we made in the past. Many women in your call, Shatta Showa, Yam performing. You have to even do a video and say, yo, Shatta, today you meet your meter, my son will clear you. Then backstage, you go call your son and say, yo, you know, say this thing, like if you make me, I am do. The boy was pained. And what the boy said was, oh, if you know, because some father sell out, he even called you father, he even reverenced you in a jokingly form. Because he was responding to the same joke Shatta made. In a joking form, he said, oh, if you know, because some father sell out. If he had said, if you know, because some guy sell out, like that one, then you go football. But he referenced you. He said, oh, if you know, because some father sell out. Now, what pain now, there was, move from that time, basically by this time, till now, he's still harboring that pain in him. You get what I'm trying to say? At a point in time, Samini won a mobile. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That was in 2008 or
when he won the mobile, you know what happened in this country?
What happened?
Mongugu, video TV, let me show TV, hey, Charlie, Vim, not that there, and I think he was doing the switch of name.
Yeah.
So at the time he won the mobile, the pricing, the behavior, the approach to business, everything changed.
Yes, exactly.
The people that he was hanging out with, he wasn't hanging out with them again. Are you saying that if Ghana Web should open an open forum right now and say any artist who Samini has done something to, you know, a guy called Lingua Cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who has been fighting Samini for how many years now?
I check.
Charlie, I felt like when I saw the tweet, I felt disappointed. I'm like, the same way Shatta in time, I said that he shouldn't have responded to Shatta Wale in those back and forth things that he was
one
doing.
I endorsed that. Responding to Shatta Wale was very important.
That thing and all that.
No, responding to Shatta Wale was very important.
No, I'm about. I felt like he shouldn't because I know that when it goes to the music, he won't deliver.
Okay.
Landed,
Landed quick.
your son has not disappointed you. your son also has issues on his chest that he's also trying to be. Now he's also a father to.
He's trying to be an independent man.
No, you forget that. Now Stone is also a father to dance or art. Now that people like let's say LaRusso, let's say Capone,
Kevin Boy,
they also look up to him. So he also has to check the way he also goes about his utterances in public spaces.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
This tweet from Samini, it was needless. The Tubaba issue, right? I've also been in Ghana. I was at Kimbisky. I saw how a certain Nigerian artist disrespected Tubaba. I was in Lagos. I saw how a certain Nigerian artist treated a certain producer, legend producer in Lagos, backstage at the Sound City MVP Awards. I was there. And I'm because I said, oh, Africa, I said, come on, from Wasem Kra. Right? In their own space, Nigerian. But when they come out and they are together, don't try. You will not win them. Even here, the boys who sell the mobile phone, wires connected, they will speak the language. Then they form the alliance, and then they go. If you only hear away every time somebody for sure say, if you be the right person, you will be wrong. If you hear away somebody
Good
for
people in Ghana like to be worshipped. I don't understand that thing.
So
somebody is sit on gate. You make a vessel. Somebody is sit in some conversation where you go change Ghana music in terms of the royalty system, right? It is sits there because it won't make the Ghana people come see him, make them reverence sound, make them cook fufu and things, can make it chop for London. They make it there, so you come, so I will help you, okay, all right. So now. If I go down, if I bow, Charlie, now you're there.
Mummy Uncle Day. Now you're 18, and Nani Aredu is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nene is a columnist, and they've been helping out with the discussion. Let me still remind you that we are celebrating our 22nd anniversary, and yes, Ghana will be 22 years. Yache, you're giant pa. So. Watch out for more. There are more stories on our website, www.ghanaweb.com. Sorry, our YouTube channel. Lots of videos and programs there for you. Ghana Web TV. Let's get interactive on social media. Is at the Ghana Web, both Instagram and Twitter. Same on Facebook. So until we come your way some other time with yet another episode of Bloggers Forum, we say stay safe and be good. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa.